Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 346 of the Drunk Testers podcast. I'm host, as always. I'm Tyler, and joining me with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Sir Colonel Gables. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Tyler, man, I feel so fantastic to be back after our long extended holiday break.
Yeah.
But man, I'll tell you what, man, I am just glad that we're opening up with a new year and man, there was so many good stuff from 2019 that we did have a chance to experience gaming wise and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as everything else goes and stuff like that, I have been doing all right, just doing my fair share of the working and stuff. Work's been sort of crazy the last few weeks, but it's starting to slow down a bit, and I'm starting to get adjusted to things. Plus, there's going to be some better stuff on the horizon, so I'm going to be keeping a positive outlook on that. Can't really dwell upon the stress and negativity of things like people do.
Yeah.
But on top of that, though, I have been going through and playing a little bits of stuff here and there on my Xbox One, and also a little bit of things on my PS4 as well. Just wanting to get a handle on things. Plus, ironically enough, I have been going to the Walmart nearest to me, and I have been playing on one of their arcade cabinets for like the good solid. I don't know why this ended up happening, they, but I ended up starting playing on one of their arcade cabinets that they have inside of their electronics section.
Yeah.
And the last time that I was in there, I almost beat the entirety of that fucking arcade cabinet for Marvel superheroes.
Jesus.
Well, here's the
Holy
thing behind
Gables.
this. I'm like a fucking Walmart arcade wizard.
Are,
Let me
are
tell
we
you
gonna,
how.
you and I have to like kind of figure out a way to get to LA together? Is this how it starts? And they're gonna unveil Marvel Superheroes 2 at this competition.
Oh God. Oh, let me tell you how this all started happening. So there was a week around last year where they decided to put up some new arcade cabinets, right? And so they had for the longest time had these old like classic arcade ones. Like they have a Galaga machine, they had like an extra Pac-Man stuff, but they decided to move their arcade cabinets to where the front were before the end cap for like the games and everything else is. And because I'm in Walmart so much, because my mom loves to go inside the damn shopping center and just get any and everything almost daily, I am in there quite a lot. So I tend to migrate towards the electronics section, which I generally do. And uh, lo and behold, I find something that I have been playing off and on since my childhood, and that's some of the Capcom Versus games. And well, look at this, Marvel Superheroes, where basically it's a fighting game that released in the '90s in the arcades, like the arcade scene back then, and you basically choose one of 8 different characters to go through this arcade campaign, and your main goal is to get all the way through there and beat Thanos at the end of the game. And so
Hmm.
basically, I have been playing this arcade cabinet off and on now, and the last time I did this was like a few days ago. I was literally sweat drenched, and I literally was playing the damn game for like about a good solid 40 minutes. So much so that I've had literally my mom was like, when she came up to me and stuff with her grocery cart and everything else, she was looking at me, was like, Gabe, there's actually like people looking at you and stuff like that. Just like, just the Walmart workers just looking at us like, oh man, he's really into that game. Well, let me give you a little factoid about me, Tyler. I mean, I love video games, right? And it's like one of the genres I loved playing the most, even when I was a kid, is the fighting game genre.
Mm-hmm.
As a kid, I dabbled a little bit of Street Fighter 2 in the arcade. Just not a lot, but I played little bits of Street Fighter 2 here and there. As a teenager, I loved playing Smash. I loved playing like freaking Street Fighter 3. I mean, god dang. When I had a chance on the PlayStation 2 compilation disc to play like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, that game was so fantastic. The way the music, the character art styles, the animations, even like now as like a 30 something year old, adult, it's like I love playing games. I said like Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I've been playing like games like King of Fighters, venturing out into different fighting game genres like for years now. Just there's just something about the feel and like just the rush of adrenaline you get when you know exactly the pattern and the routine of what a character's going to go through, and also knowing when to block, like say an air combo or how you get it to counter inside of like this and that. So basically, I go through and I play these games so like intensely that I literally was like about a half a round away from beating Thanos, and all of a sudden my mom's trying to nudge me. I was like, "You gotta get going! I mean, come on, we gotta get going!" I'm like thinking to myself, like, "Oh no, here we go!" And so here I am, like I have my coat on, right, and I unzip my coat because I'm fucking drenched in sweat, right, and so it's like I'm playing as Spider-Man. I went through as Spider-Man. Yeah, I lost a few rounds here and there. I had to press continue though, but I went through almost that entire arcade cabinet just for fun, just for kicks, and I starting to learn like all the different moves of Spider-Man, like how he does a special with all three of the punch buttons plus a directional like thing with the arcade stick, and like how you get to use these little infinity stones and stuff like that to manipulate the status effects like power up or super armor or this. And I figure out the little trick where it's like, hey, if I gather all these damn things up, and I start using them one after another, my fucking opponent's not going to use that to try to get me. It's like I started going through that. I started shooting web balls, and I started learning that if I mix up the freaking like shooting the web balls and like covering the damn enemies inside web and stuff, they're not going to go through and try to attack me if I try mixing it up. Because that's how I beat Doctor Doom during one of my runs and stuff. I'm like, dude, man, Doctor Doom is like a fucking pain in the ass. He's got all these projectiles and all this other shit. It's like you're literally halfway across the stage. You're trying to get in on him, trying to get close, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, projectile this, projectile that. It's like he's shooting these fireballs, these missiles and stuff like that. And like I'm going through, trying to get in the Spider-Man. It's like, hey, maybe I can go ahead and just like go through and like grab him with a web punch or something like that, and like a spider sting combo. With like, nope. So I had to literally go through, do quarter circle left and the light punch button, and try to mix up everything, because the harder the combo, the harder, like, say, like, either the light heavy or the light medium or heavy button, some in combination of that direction and stuff, dictates how long he gets stuck inside the fucking web. So, literally, if I have, like, say, a hard attack and stuff, like, say, quarter circle left and then the hard button stuff, he'll get stuck, like, a good solid few seconds longer, and so I can go through and just start wailing on him. And it's just like, it's just so much fun, It's like all of a sudden, it's like I've heard my mom like at least multiple times, it's like, Gabe, you should go through, get yourself like 3 arcade cabinets. You should put them in the garage. I'm like, oh my god. Well, first off,
Brilliant idea.
I know it's a good idea, but at the same time, the garage is like a fucking train wreck because because we have so much stuff that we still have to go through since we moved into the house that we were renting about a year ago, and so. Most of the stuff in the garage is my mom's stuff, and I don't want to go through and add more shit to the fire. And on top of that, $300 of freaking arcade one-up stuff, that's so freaking expensive. But
Yeah.
yeah, you know what? Other than that, man, it's like it has been highly stressful at work, but at the same time, it's been really hilarious going through the different like gaming stuff around my town, pretty much. But how have you been doing, Tyler? It's been a while.
Well, yeah. I'll have you know, I too am what they would call a Walmart wizard.
Okay.
The other day, Courtney left me alone in the toy aisle. And
already sounds like a gold mine.
Yeah, and they had they had Bop It sitting there, and all you had to do was pull it to start the game, and the high score was 34. I'll have you know, I got a 37.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So not only am I good at destroying children in Nintendo games, I'm also good at destroying children in Bop It.
Now you're good. Now you're good at destroying children at their own games.
Yeah. Oh boy, I'm good, man.
Oh my god.
My superpowers are expanding.
Oh my god. It's just gradually it's getting further. Watch next year you're gonna go through and just start mastering things like tic-tac-toe and then like Candyland, and all of a sudden it's like when you do have a kid, you're just gonna be that dad or something just absolutely destroys them. It's like, oh, you can't beat me.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna drop 90 on him in Madden for sure.
Just an opening game, just absolutely destroy their hopes.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him get first in Mario Kart, and then I'm gonna get the blue shell, I'm gonna hit him like on midway through the last lap and take first place.
And the lifetime of confidence issues awakens.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, they'll be fine. That's how you build confidence, is by destroying them. Come on.
Oh my god.
Give me parenting sounds easy. I should just have a kid.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should say that to your girlfriend while she's in the room. That'd be hilarious.
She's. You want me to ask her? She's in the other room.
It was actually kind of a joke, but at the same point.
Okay. You're right. You're probably right though. Probably wouldn't go well. It's probably best she never hears
She looks at you. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's like, you're a fucking idiot. Yeah, you're right. Probably right. Oh man.
Oh.
Yeah. So not a lot going on with me. Just been working nights a lot lately. That's why it's been hard to schedule time time to record though.
Yeah.
But we haven't even talked really since right before Christmas. How was your Christmas, buddy?
Oh my god, yeah, Christmas was all right. I got like a couple of different things of clothes. It's like I'm at that point in my life where it's like I get clothes for Christmas, and I'm like, hey, you know what? This ain't
It's
so
awesome.
bad.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, yeah, it's awesome for me. It was awesome for me this year because I got like a new freaking my mom decided to go on to like one of those NBA Fanatic sites and stuff. She got me like a freaking like hooded sweatshirt thing of the Golden State Warriors, man, and it looks so fucking clean.
That's awesome.
It is so awesome. The imprint of the Warriors logos, like on the left, it's like on the left shoulder part and everything, just draping across like the pectoral and stuff, and it was just so cool. It was like 3 extra large, extra comfy and stuff. My other Golden State Warriors one and stuff, the zipper, the plastic like the seam and stuff that the zipper is supposed to like, slide up on and stuff before you zip it up and stuff. That damn thing like is cutting off of the seam, and it's like, oh god, man, I can't zip it up now. And so I usually wear that. I do wear that to work and stuff on like as an emergency stuff, but yeah, man, it's just I got a little bits of that. I got a whole lot of candy, which I still have like some bits of Starbursts here and there, but oh my gosh, yeah, the Christmas thing was all right. I mean, my mom got like a gift from me and stuff like that. I know Dad got his own stuff. My little brother got his got these little Mario Kart little machines and stuff. But he's also got this little like RC car like Mario Kart 8 and all this other things and stuff.
That's cool.
And so yeah, he's plays it off and on. But it's like it was actually a pretty relaxing Christmas compared to say last year where we had to use everything in order to fucking secure a house.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot about that. Yeah.
Oh. How was yours?
It was all right. Just kind of like yours, pretty relaxing. Got a lot of gift cards, which is always great. My sister got me a gift card for GameStop, so I used that for eShop bucks and got Pokemon Shield.
There you go.
For the Switch. Yeah. We were talking about it right before that about everybody's buying Sword, no one's buying Shield. So I felt kind of bad for Shield, so I'm like, I'll get that one.
Man, there's some good stuff in Shield too.
Yeah. I didn't realize until today that one of the gym leaders is a ghost type instead of a fighting type.
Yep.
So I got to fight her next. I'll get to that a little later. No, I got that. My parents bought us Courtney and I a bunch of like gift cards and stuff like for like Wingstop. They just put a Wingstop on our side of town.
Wingstop, okay.
Yeah. Do you have Wingstops over there?
Dude, I have never even heard of a Wingstop before.
Oh, okay. They're like really popular in like California and the West Coast, and like they're like slowly migrating over. It's just basically like I don't want to say fast food wings, but it's like a Buffalo Wild Wings kind of thing. But it's more like it's not a bar. I guess they have beer there, but it's not like a full on like sit down restaurant type. But it's really good food.
I see.
We had one on like the other side of town, and I went there once. I loved it. So my parents got us that. We went there yesterday. Actually, had that for lunch. That was really nice. Got Buffalo Wild Wings gift card. My parents know us really well.
We love ourselves some wings.
Yeah, and then a Starbucks gift card. So, yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So, and then we got a new TV stand, which is pretty badass, and it has like a fireplace built into it. It's not a real fire, but it does that. And it emits heat, which is great because and also it just big enough that fits all the amiibos.
Yeah.
So I was really excited about that. Courtney, not so much. So that's a thing. Yeah. I still don't think she's a big fan of it. She asked me the other day, "Do you want to move these at all?" Like,
now she's trying to itch like a little bit away. It's like, oh, you know what? It's like, You know, maybe you should get rid of those.
No. She's like, you want to put them on your computer stand? No, I don't. They're good right there. So yeah, she says she likes them, but I don't really think she does.
Well, you know, it won't start coming out pretty much until something like a drastic happens, like say one of them, like all of them just start cracking through one of the stands or something. It's like,
oh god,
I think you got enough.
yeah. I think she was okay with it until I went on that spinning spree and I bought like 5 or 6 of them in like a week a few months ago.
Jesus Christ!
And then she saw the price of them. She's like, "Are you fucking serious, Tyler?" She's like, "I thought they're like $5." I'm like, "No, they're like $16." Yeah.
And now she learns to learn that they don't leave you with money for Amiibo.
Yeah, don't leave me alone in toy aisles. Don't tell me it's okay to buy all of those because I'm gonna buy them, but I'm not gonna tell you how much they cost until they ring them up, and it's too late then because I already got them.
Well, she'll do a little bit of payback anyway, regardless.
Sure, yeah, she probably will. But yeah, they're over there. It was funny though. Like honestly, like all the things I was worried about telling her about myself when we first got together was my Amiibo collection. She didn't know until like after we already moved in together. I was smart. I waited to tell her until we moved in. I started unboxing shit. She's like, "What the fuck are those?" It's like, I don't know what was more scary for me, her seeing me naked or seeing my Amiibo. I still don't know the answer to that. I don't know if I want to know the answer.
It's just the fact that you had to think of it back and forth. It's like, okay.
It's like, my penis or the Amiibo? Which one's more startling?
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, you just gotta put it into mind. It's like she's probably one of those people that probably hasn't seen a lot of like say hardcore gaming stuff before, and then she takes a look at these Amiibo and all the ones that you have, like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. She's It's bad times. I wish I could sell them back for like half the price I put into them. I would gladly do that. But anyways, the reason we're here, we're doing this is supposed to be a mini show. It was like, well, let's do a quick 20-minute show before we get to the Game of the Decade stuff. We're 18 minutes in.
Oh yes.
So we're just gonna do like a little quick episode because it's been a few weeks since we recorded last and some stuff has happened. And then we're gonna jump into our Game of the Decade stuff. But there's really only one thing I want to talk about news-wise before we get there. Let's just run real quick what we've been playing. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
Okay, for what I've been playing? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
In terms of games, I have been having a big old itch for fighting games. I mean, the Marvel superhero stuff I've already went through, but I've been delving a little bit back into Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3. And that game is digital download. You can get it off of PSN or Xbox Live Arcade. Not sure if Steam, maybe Steam, but I'm not 100% sure. But that was a game that when it first released on the 360 and the PS3, I played a lot of in its first iteration. But Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3, it's definitely better than the last release, major release that Capcom did with Infinite, because you have certain characters that appear in this game that don't in that other game, and it's a lot more streamlined and stuff like that. And there's just a whole bunch of different stuff about Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3 I like better than Infinite. But case in point, I just love playing with the characters like Wolverine, like Morrigan, like I've been trying Crimson Viper, who's this like fighter from Street Fighter 4 that I've been trying to get into, like the echelon, picking the characters that I like to play as for this game, because I'm so stuck playing some of the older characters, like, for example, Hulk and then Spider-Man and this and that. Like, some of the ones I used to play when I was playing Marvel's Capcom 2 back on the PS2 and stuff like that. It's like, okay, time to veteran the horizon, try to look at the tough echelons. So, okay, what are characters that are considered in the top tier, which is going to be like the middle tier, low tier, stuff like that. And I started seeing some of my characters that I like to play as inside the low tier. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, okay, that's why I'm probably having so much of a bad time playing this game, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, because a lot of my characters are not going through and executing like I want them to execute. So, just playing little bits of that. I have been, and this is probably the first time I've said anything about this, though, but for Pokemon Sword, a friend of the show, Jake, and I have... actually having a little bit of competition between one another, Because next Extra Life, when that rolls around and stuff, we were originally going to be battling against each other, like actually take a team and stuff like that, train for like the entire year before then and stuff like that. He was thinking about potentially like maybe shaping it into a tournament, but I'm not too sure about the details and everything. It's still in the early stages, so it's like this and that. But on top of that, I've been going through and choosing a couple different types of Pokemon that I want to put on my team. And so I got this one Pokemon, it's like a Dragon Ghost type. He's Dreepy, right? And so I've been mass breeding this damn Pokemon, trying to get the right nature that I want. Got the right nature that I wanted, and I can confidently say that I officially have bred, for at least for this game, my first 6 perfect IV Dreepy. Which, in that, for those of you who are thinking, okay, what's the hell is a 6 perfect IV like type of Pokemon? Basically, IVs are individual values. Basically, they're, you know how you have your stats of Pokemon, attack, defense, HP, special attack, special defense, speed? Well, theoretically, you can breed a Pokemon to have perfect everything. And so basically, when you go through and train, like its EVs, its effort values, by giving it things like vitamins, like proteins, iron, calcium, stuff like that, they'll basically get the best out of their worth. And when you combine that with the ideal nature that you want to do a Pokemon build with, it means that this Pokemon is going to be the best of the best. You're gonna have it be like the best of the best. It's so much easier to have certain Pokemon relearn moves or learn different other types of moves that it's like, okay, I've got one Pokemon now now I have set in motion. Now I'm going to be starting trying to get other types of Pokemon on my team. And one of them, I've just started breeding Eevee, and I'm not sure what evolution I'm going to go with right now. One of my favorites is like Jolteon, but there's between that, there's Sylveon as well, and I'm thinking a little bit of Umbreon too, kind of take something out of Jake's playbook, but I still haven't 100% done that, so I've been playing a little bit of that, and as far as Xbox One goes, I have been trying out a couple different games on Game Pass. I mean, the Hydro Thunder, like Hurricane game that was on Xbox Live Arcade. I tried a little bit of that. Tried a little bit of PB Winterbottom. I mean, I think I've shared this in the last podcast too, episode. But oh yeah, I've played a little bit of Bloodstain. But I was just trying out Game Pass because I wanted to see if I would get the most out of the deal stuff. Which so far it hasn't been so bad. I mean, it's not going to be so bad as long as I get my money's worth out of it. But I'm not liking all the major big downloads and stuff because I do not like to. Here's the thing about me: it's like I'm so hesitant. If I go through and start mass downloading, like say 100 GB fucking game collection thing, like say the Master Chief Collection is, or a 60 GB thing like the Outer Worlds is, that's gonna max my cap for fucking for like my internet things in like about a good solid couple, like not even in a few days.
Yeah.
Because the thing I don't want the most is like getting extra things upon the wave, like freaking the cable internet bill and stuff. And all of a sudden I have to pay extra for all the extra stuff, and I'm like, yeah. And that's like one of those detriments where maybe Game Pass is not a good idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea. You just gotta make sure the stuff you're downloading you want to play at that point in time.
Well, yeah, exactly the point. But I'll tell you what, the first game that I played this year that I've started, I bought Skyrim for the Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
The Xbox One, like the remaster type of thing that they released like a year or two ago. I decided to buy that for the Xbox One, and I have the whole enhanced and everything, and it's Skyrim. I've played it before. You got it for me on Steam. I've played that quite a bit.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
You fucking did.
What did I get that for you for? Didn't we made a swap or something? Didn't we?
Yes, we did because
was it for
I
the
gave
Mario
you.
Kart thing.
Yep, it was definitely for the Mario Kart thing because I gave you like two. I think it was like one or two. Yeah, I think it was like one of those extra things that I got from the Wii U and stuff, and you used like Mario Kart 8 and all these other games, like because you had just gotten a Wii U and you were trying to get like a couple different games. You end up getting like two good like Wii U games. Like I think it was either Pikmin 3 and Mario Kart 8 or something other shit like that.
Well, because Justin gave me his. I got one. Justin gave me his, and then Justin gave me his, you gave me
Yep.
yours, and then so I had 3 of them. I got Wind Waker,
Yeah, I remember.
Pikmin 3, and then Mario Brothers.
You basically got 3 great games from your from like a mixture from your friends, because I had an extra one because my brother, and then Justin had one, but yeah. Other than that, though, it's like it's pretty much been all over the place. So I'm not too sure how or what direction I want to go with gaming related wise. I've had a couple of inklings to do things, but right at the moment, I am not super focused in my gaming. But what have you been playing though, Tyler?
I played a few things. I finished up Life is Strange 2. I enjoyed that one quite a bit. I talked about it quite a bit already. It's one of those games I always say about those kind of episodic games are tough to talk about because you can't really talk about without spoiling stuff. But I enjoyed the story a lot in this game. But I find myself, and maybe I don't know if it's just because I played The Walking Dead final season like a couple months before that, and then this one basically played the entire seasons of both of those like back to back. I don't. But I feel like I'm definitely getting the kind of fatigue level on these type of. I don't know if it's just on these style of games, the episodic style, or what. But I was like, as much as I enjoyed the characters and the story of this one, I was ready for it to be over, because I was just like, I'm just sitting there, like I said, I enjoyed the conversations, enjoyed all that, but I was just like, I was not like having any fun like playing the game, like and it's not necessarily fun games to play. It's just more of an experience. But I was just like, I am ready to move on from this and get into something else.
I've been there before, and that definitely is burnout setting in, because you enjoy those type of games.
Yeah.
However, you played 2 of those type of games in a row, and it's starting to show that some bit of burnout was creeping in.
Yeah, and I think the fact that like going basically a year in between, like after like the first episodes came out of both Walking Dead and Life is Strange, had something to do with it. Even though I remembered a good chunk of it, it was just like I went a long time with gaps in between them. I think that had effect on it. I don't know. I hope I'm not getting that effect, but I mean, maybe like seeing the fact Telltale's gonna be gone for a while, even though they're coming back, but we're probably not gonna see anything from them for a little while, and it's probably gonna be another year or so before we see anything from Life is Strange or anything like that again. So looks like I'll probably get a nice little break from these solid games. So I guess we'll find out in a year or so, kind of where my level, how I am on those games. But I really enjoyed it. I love it a lot. I still enjoyed the first one a lot more, and Before the Storm was better to me too. But I was just ready for it to be over. But it's like no insult to the game and the characters and the story.
Yeah.
All that's top notch. It's just, that style. I was just like, the point and click style. I was just like, I need to do something, because like I was just sitting there on the couch. I'm like, I just want to do something. Like I only have so much time. And I think part of it too is like I only have so much time to play games, and I'm just sitting here like listening to people talk, press a button, listen to people talk, walk around for a little bit, click on this. Okay, cool. Click on that. It's like I want to actually be doing something. So, but I don't know. I like I said, I enjoy it a lot. It's just a mixed bags. So I've been playing 2 other games. I've been having an issue because I keep jumping back and forth between them because I can't decide which one I want to play. But they're both pretty long games. Like I said, I picked up Pokemon Shield, and I've been playing finally Death Stranding.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, so I'm 9 hours into Death Stranding, and I'm also 9 hours in Pokemon Shield. I'll start with Pokemon Shield first.
All right.
So I'm 9 hours in that. I played a good chunk today, actually. Courtney's been sick all day, so I've been sitting there just gaming on the couch while she's been sleeping next to me. So I played a few hours of both today, actually. But I just got the 3rd badge, so I beat Kabu, the fire guy.
Yeah.
And I just got to the next town, which is if you play Sword, it's the fighting gym leader. I got Shield, so I'm going to fight the Ghost type. But I don't know. I'm enjoying this one. I think more than I enjoyed. I definitely enjoyed Pokemon X is fantastic to me. Of the ones that have come out in the last handful of years, where that one was it was a great way. It was built to bring people back like me, people that kind of haven't played in a long time. But it's like, hey, here's the new stuff and here's the old stuff.
But I will say something a little bit in terms to kind of support what you are saying and stuff. I felt like inside Sword and Shield and stuff, it was more or less different type of feel in terms of where they really want to build up and encourage this kind of a big match sort of feel, and then
Yeah.
also a big old highlights like, hey, you can gotta be the champion. You gotta aim to beat the champion and everything. It felt more
Yeah.
worth. It's felt more like of a build up. Where it's like in past games, like, oh hey, here's the champion and stuff. You gotta go to Gym A to all across the town to Gym B. Just like this simple battle and stuff. None. Everything else is like you finish that, you go on to the next city and stuff, and it's just kind of like sometimes kind of felt like uneventful
Hmm.
because it all depended upon what type of a gym battle you're going through. But when you're playing Sword and Shield, and all of a sudden you're inside of a boss battle, you're inside of one of those like big old gym battles and stuff like that, where a big old stadium full of people just cheering and just like chanting along like towards the final parts of that battle. Man, those were some of my favorite parts about playing through Pokemon Sword, because you just got through the third gym, with Kabu, right? And it's
Yeah.
like he has this like a Silicipede and stuff, and the fully evolved form of that and stuff, and you're like going through, and you have this big old freaking fire mantis, like not a fire centipede looking thing, like,
Yeah.
and you're thinking to yourself, oh man, how am I gonna take this down? And it's like you get the right Pokemon going through, just Dynamaxing this and that, and you're basically having a gigantic like freaking kaiju battle like right in the middle of this stadium with people just cheering on, man. And that whole element, that whole type of action, that's just something you don't get hardly at all inside of a Pokemon game. Like in this, but in these ones, it feels like more of like a boost in terms of like importance, you know?
Yeah. No, I agree. Like that was something I was gonna get into. Was like, I like the fact that like the gym leaders actually have like not I don't want to say like a backstory, but they have like there's a bit of a character there to them, and
Yeah.
you have interactions with them, and like it's not just like, oh, okay, here's the next challenger, all right, defeat you, a little talk afterwards, congratulations, here's your badge, and walk out.
Oh,
You know
dude.
it's
I'll tell you this before then, not spoiling anything, but it gets better.
yeah.
There are
Uh,
some gym leaders and stuff that you're gonna like inside this game.
that's cool. Yeah, because I do like that. Like you were saying, like you have that big fight feel where it's like you're building to something. Like you're always building and leading to the next gym battle, but
Oh
it's
man.
like there's more of a build up to it, especially going into the stadium, fighting in front of a bunch of people, and like you can only use Dynamax in those stadiums, and like I don't know, it's like you can use it in like the wild area too, and a couple other places, I'm sure.
And I'll
But
tell you
like,
what though, it's not just like the gym leaders as well though. I really do like how the rivals evolve throughout the game. Not spoiling anything else for you, but
okay,
it's like keep an eye on that, because if you if you go through say like a good story in a movie, a certain characters and stuff, they don't stay the same throughout that whole experience. For like good character development and stuff, they gotta face adversity. They gotta go through this and do this and that, and like sometimes they're like an entirely almost like a different sort of character by the end of that.
oh cool,
But I would recommend is like you keep track of some of the major players inside of like character roles inside there, and actually it will maybe, I hope so. I hope it'll go through and like maybe impress you a little bit, because that's also a big improvement upon like other Pokemon games in the past. So I definitely keep an eye on that for you for story wise.
okay, that's cool because I definitely do like there's things I don't like Hop being like I don't know, like I kind of like the better one like in like the original ones like he was kind of a douchebag. Like I like that where it's like, hey, all right, I want to beat you. Like, and the other one, like I feel bad for beating this kid because he's like so excited, but he's dumb. Like he's just not very good. But it's like, how many times are you gonna play that Wooloo, dude? Okay, you're gonna keep doing. All right, same thing. Okay, but it's like, and then like was it the BD or whatever
Oh,
the
Bead, yeah.
yeah Bead. Um, like I like having him around. Like there's that little that okay, what's going on with him and the chairman? Like I mean, the story's not like I'm not gonna say it's like it's not Last of Us, but it's for what you expect for a Pokemon game. It's actually really well told, I think, and really well
Yeah.
done. Like they've
It's
actually
not
tried
it's
to do
not
something different.
I know, right? It's not gonna like win any awards or something like that. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not like say a complexity like a Fire Emblem Three Houses, but it's like I feel like it's good. I feel like
yeah,
that it's good for what it's set out to be.
yeah. Like you, like I want to keep progressing because I want to see where this
Yep.
goes. Actually, I'm actually interested in where these are going. And then like who's the eighth gym leader? We don't know who that is yet. I don't. Anyways, like that's kind of okay. Who's that going to be? I don't know, but yeah, I definitely like that where like you're always feels like you're constantly building to something with these characters. Like, these characters before you get in there. And even like, I don't, maybe it's just me because I'm not grinding as much as I normally do. Like, and usually in the beginning of like Pokemon games, I grind a shit ton, and like I go into like, and I just run through like a good, like through pretty much the entire game after that. And I'm not like, I'm fighting all the other trainers out there I see, but I'm not like grinding against wild Pokemon as much.
I know
like,
and I'll tell you this right now: it's that if you just keep on just like facing off against the trainers with the party that you got and stuff, you don't have to hardly do any grinding in this game.
Yeah, like,
which is a good godsend, dude.
Yeah, because like I mean I'm like I love the XP share. That's always been great to me. Like it just because I don't think I'd beat any of the Pokemon games I had. I wouldn't play them if I didn't have it really because I don't want to do all that grinding. But but like even like these like fighting against like the gym leaders, like there's actually like a challenge there. And I'm like, I actually got to use some thought and swap out Pokemon. Like I actually enjoy that. I'm like, holy shit, like I'm beating trainers fairly easily. Like I might have to swap out a Pokemon once because he's getting low. I'm never like in danger of losing. And going up against these like gym leaders, I'm like, holy shit, like I'm actually a little stumped here right now. And I think a lot of that too has to do with the fact that I don't know majority of these Pokemon. So I'm like, I don't know their types. And nowadays when most Pokemon have two different, like there's like a water and rock type, there's like a lot of Pokemon have multiple types. It's like, I don't know.
Yes.
Like, to me, I'm like, oh, here's a fire. I'm playing the fire guy. I'm gonna use my Dreadnought or whatever because he's a water type or water rock type. But then like the water gun doesn't work barely works against him. Like fuck. Okay, what do I gotta do?
Well,
like,
I'll give you a little bit of advice though for Dreadnought and stuff like that. For that Pokemon, you want to use physical water type moves.
Okay.
Why? Because that Pokemon, it's part rock type, and one of the highest stats that it has element for is physical water attack. You go to that Pokemon Center, you go to that one cafe area or something like that, and you can literally talk to somebody to go forth and relearn certain Pokemon moves.
Okay.
Go to its back thing, and you will probably have like a list of like options where you go through. See if you can find a physical water attack, because I went through the game with a Dreadnought as well. And the thing is, if you try with this Pokemon with like special things, it's not going to work that well. But if you get like a physical water attacks, they are in the game, but you can progress better when you learn the moves from like a specific like a physical or a special type of Pokemon.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. Because like like Pokemon X and Pokemon Let's Go are like Pokemon X I think was a really good game. Pokemon Let's Go was really just a nostalgia run for me.
Yeah,
and I was like, this wasn't like I wouldn't have enjoyed that game at all if it wasn't for the fact that was one of my favorite games of all time growing up. That probably my favorite game other than Metal Gear. Growing up, that was like and today it's still highly regarded to me. Even though I like going back and playing it now, like it doesn't hold up for me. Just because I feel like with the XP share and all that and where we've gone, it's better now. But like this one I actually like feel like I actually have to like use some and like I said like some thought to it, and also the fact because I'm learning a lot about like there's a lot of new Pokemon for me in this, and I don't know like I never really got deep into matchup types. I just knew fire or water beat fire beat grass. Now it's deeper than that. Now it's actually kind of interesting. It's kind of cool, and I like that. Like it's kind of fun. Like for the first time in a long time playing a Pokemon game where it's like I'm not just like okay he's like and when they say they're saying oh they're bringing out this Pokemon. Do you want to switch Pokemon? I'm like, I don't know. Do I want to switch Pokemon? Because I don't know what this Pokemon is. And it's and I'm like, and I go in there. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm gonna try a fighting. I'm gonna try this double kick against him. Oh, that didn't work. All right, let's try this rock smash. Okay, that didn't work either. He just knocked my guy out. Okay, let's figure something else out here. So it's kind of fun, like kind of learning the game on the fly. For me, it's first time in forever that I've had to do that. Maybe ever because when I was a kid, I knew all the Pokemon, all types and everything. With the first two gens, I knew all of them before the games came out. I already knew everything about them before I got to that, before I played the game. So, yeah, it's interesting. But the other game I'm playing is Death Stranding.
Mm-hmm.
Hideo Kojima, my favorite game director of all time, because everybody knows if you've been listening to the show for a long time, Metal Gear is my favorite franchise of all time. Gables, I hate this game. I really don't. I don't like this game a lot at all. Like, I love the story. I love the world. I love everything about this game. is awesome and wonderful and beautiful.
Yes.
And the game is boring to play. It is so boring to play. Like, and everything I read about it, reviews, I talked to Justin about it. This is Justin's game of the year, by the way. And he said possibly his game of the decade. And I could see why that could be. Like, it definitely feels like one of those cases, like you're all in or you're all out in this game. And I'm playing through it and I'm sticking with it just because it's Kojima. Like, you know, and like I'm fascinated by where this game is going, you know, because it's just like it's Kojima. It could go fucking anywhere.
Well, yeah.
And what he set up so far is interesting to me. But it's you know, like I just like it's all the gameplay itself is all the things I hated about like Fallout and Breath of the Wild, or like traversing and falling, like when you're like climbing up on a rock and all of a sudden it starts raining and you're like fuck, you start sliding down, you're like god fucking damn it, you gotta find a way back up, or you have to wait for the rain to stop and figure out a way to get up there, or in Fallout when like you're picking up shit and you're like you gotta carry all this stuff and you're like, well now you're encumbered, so you can are you over encumbered, so you can only walk at snail's pace.
Yeah.
Same fucking thing with this. And on top of all of that, in this game, you have to balance shit. So it's like when the entire time you're moving, if you got too much shit, you got to hold L2 and R2 down, which you're going to walk at a snail's pace, but you won't fall over as much if you do that. Because otherwise, the entire time you're walking without holding those buttons down, you constantly you start leaning to the right too much. You got to click L2. You start leaning to the right too much. You got to click R2. Yeah. And it's just, or if you get too deep in the water, like you fall down, you lose all your shit, and you go pick it up and it gets damaged, so it's worth less, and you don't get as many likes because of this, and all this goddamn bullshit. Fuck God. Or if you walk up a hill and you slip on a boulder or something, or you fall over and all the shit falls, and you got 20 goddamn suitcases falling down the fucking hill, so you gotta go chase after them all down the hill. Then you fall down going down the hill, and you slide past all your shit on the hill, and you gotta walk all the way back up and grab all your goddamn shit and figure out another way back.
Oh my god, Tyler, you know, that actually does sound fucking amazing as you're explaining it, because I'm just imagining you going up a hill with like 20 different suitcases, like going up a mountain, all of a sudden just sliding down the fucking hill because it's raining in the middle of it. It's like, god damn it, no.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was like silently screaming. I was like a scream cuss about 45 times today while Courtney's sleeping next to me. So that was a whole fucking process. And now I'm like, now I gotta be careful because I can't wake her up. What the fuck? I don't know.
I'm just laughing at two things. I'm laughing at your description of what you're saying, and also I'm laughing at the fact that I know that you and Justin, like when in terms of game stuff, I mean, you guys are sort of similar, but no, Justin can be out there sometimes with what he likes.
Yeah.
And man, this is definitely a Justin sort of game, because that's why I'm laughing so hard, just like he thinks of it as his game of the year, because it suits him and it's so funny. I'm the only one that has not played this game, but I have read the reviews, I've heard people's accounts, and you describing it just makes me want to go through and possibly play it.
If you have a Redbox near you, it's like I've seen it for like $25 on Redbox.
Well,
so
might as well.
Yeah, or if you can find it cheap, I've seen it cheap, like $30-$40 a lot lately. I don't know if maybe it's just because of the holidays, but I don't know. Like I was talking to Justin about it. And he's like, he brought up Last Guardian as an example. Kind of talking to me about it. He's like, oh, it's like Last Guardian. Like technically that game wasn't like, it was frustrating and it wasn't great to play, but like as you got further in that game, like you understood it better and it worked better and things like that. And I'm like, God damn it, why you had to bring Last Guardian in here? you son of a bitch. You brought my weakness in here, Last Guardian. But there wasn't there wasn't an adorable little bird dog to keep me playing this goddamn game. If we had a bird dog, then we'd be talking. I'm just saying. We had Norman Reedus and his fetus right on a fucking Toriko, I would play it.
But no, you got the freaking fetus thing that you got to go through and just like shake the baby to stop it from crying.
Don't even get me started on that bullshit. Fucking god damn it.
You separatized. It's sacrificing a bird dog, but here you have a fetus inside of a jar that you got to satisfy.
Fucking goddamn fetus baby. Bullshit. I was sitting there playing it, and before Courtney fell asleep, she's like, "Is that a baby in a jar?" I'm like, "Yeah." So what they do is they take the baby out of a stillborn mother's wound at 28 weeks. And then they put it in a jar and it can sense these BT things. It's called a BBE. She's like, what the fuck are you playing? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. But,
wait till she gets loaded. Dude, I'm so glad that you didn't buy like that special edition controller, because could you just imagine her sleeping beside you or something like that? All of a sudden you're playing the controller and all of a sudden random baby cries from the controller.
It still does that, but I was smart enough to turn my controller volume off before I started the game, because that would have been fuck.
Just look at your girlfriend and she wakes up, it's like, Tyler, did you rob a cradle?
Yeah. I got us a baby. It's in a jar.
Oh.
Yeah, it's something. I'm gonna keep playing it. I don't know why, but it's like
you just want to follow it through and see if you can just finish it and see what you think.
Well, because like people are saying you get because I'm in episode 2 and there's 14 episodes, and everybody says you get to like you get to episode 3, and there like people that love the game. It's all like everything I read and talking to people. It's like once you get in there, like the game clicks for you. If it doesn't click for you, then like at that point, that's the get off point. Because like it's just like it's it's basically the first couple episodes are tutorials, and it's boring and it's long and it's not great, but it's like once you get past that, it's rewarding. And I'm just like, fuck, okay, like I'm doing this for Kojima, and the fetus baby.
You know what it also sounds like to me? And this is something that has been taken for a long time ago, but that's almost the exact same argument I've heard a couple times before. The most famous and infamous being for Final Fantasy 13 is like, give it about 10 hours and it'll start to click for you. It's like,
30 hours in, guys, it really opens up. Yeah. Yeah, and like I mean, I get that. Like I just like I feel that same way, and when I tell people that, I'm like, if it doesn't click for you, it doesn't click for you, and I get it. And like, and if this was anybody else making this game, I would have backed out already, you know. But it's like, all right, I'll give it that 10-hour or so threshold. I'm 9 hours in. I think I'm close to done with episode 2. I think I got like one more delivery I have to do, and then I'll get into episode 3. Just guessing based off of like kind of where like stuff is going, but yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. If I get to episode 4 and it's not clicking for me, I think that's when I'm gonna just tap out on that one. But I don't know. I just like it sounds amazing when people talk about this game, when they get deep into it and like the world and the experience. Like there's some cool stuff in there, like where people like you put ladders up, or you can build little bridges that can go over water or help you get over caverns, shit like that. And you can put ladders down or ropes down to help people get down and up things. And it's actual people in the real world that are like putting the shit up, and they leave them there, and then other people can climb them, and you give them likes and you get rewards for people using their stuff. Kind of like in what's the game? The really hard game, Dark Souls. Kind of like that in a way, where it's like people can warn you, but in this, like they actually like give you stuff, and like you can find things in the world that can like help you progress. And it's kind of like I like that. Like there's no negativity; it's all positivity, and that's what this game is about.
Yeah, I like that.
And like I like that, and I like when I hear like the little things I've heard. Like I don't know spoilers, but like the little things I've heard about the future, like what happens, not the future, but like what happens throughout the rest of the game. Like that sounds fucking brilliant, and I want to experience that, and not just like go on YouTube and watch cutscenes. I want to work for that, and so like I'll enjoy that more. So I'm gonna keep trying it. It just sucks sometimes. I'm sitting there playing it. I'm like, man, like I can go play Pokemon and like have a fun time, and I'm like enjoying it and constantly progressing and doing things, or I can just sit here and walk holding L2 and R2 for 15 minutes straight and go to the next thing and drop the shit off and then go back to the next thing. So it's just like it's tough. Like I just like sitting there and I played for like 2.5 hours straight today. And it's getting a little bit. I like sitting down for like the first time and actually playing it for like, I pretty much all of them playing it for like 30, 40 minute stretches or an hour stretch. Sitting down playing it for a good couple hours there was kind of nice. Really progressing through it, and like I'm like, all right, I feel like I'm getting somewhere and stuff like that. So it's a little better, but it's still like, you know. But let's move on to our little quick topic here in our mini episode that we're 15 minutes into. Pokemon Direct happened today.
Yep.
There's only like 20 minutes. I'm just going to run through the stuff real fast. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, which is not a port, but kind of a...
It's a remaster.
Remaster,
of
thank you.
The DS and the Game Boy Advance games that released back around 2006, I want to say, in Japan.
Yep, and it's coming out March 6th this year, but it's $60. And there's a demo out today if you want to play that. And then they announced, for the first time ever, there is a Sword expansion and a Shield expansion pass coming out. You have to. I didn't realize this till after the direct was over. You have to buy them. So if you have two, you have to buy the sword one for sword and the shield one for shield, which I didn't realize. But that's $30 a piece, and one's coming out in June. It's called the Isle of Armor, and the other one's coming out this fall called the Crown Tundra. And if you can buy them today, and if you get them, you get like some special in-game uniforms. But they showed off there's gonna be over 200 new Pokemon added here soon, but those will not be in the it's not behind the expansion. You get those for free. Anybody can play those, or anybody can capture them. You don't have to buy the expansion pass to get those Pokemon. They showed off a bunch of new legendary Pokemon. They showed off a little bit of gameplay. A lot of it was like sketch art. But I don't know, Gables. What's your for what we've seen and what we know? What's your kind of your thoughts on this direct and mostly the expansion pass?
It shocked the hell out of me, that's for sure. For this freaking Pokemon Direct. First off, I wasn't expecting them to go with a remaster of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
That's a weird one.
That's a series that theoretically I've never tried out in terms of like subsidiary things for Pokemon, but I've heard great things about it from fans of that series and also from like people who I've known for years that have played them like routinely. I mean, the last one for 3DS actually did fairly well, but in terms of the whole expansion stuff, I mean, oh my god, it's like Game Freak have never done any type of DLC like this before inside of a Pokemon game. So this is something completely new. It's not like going through and buying the same game the year after or something like that. It's sort of like a cosmetic, like almost update and stuff to where you're getting some bit of DLC after game, you know, like say, for example, the whole thing with Sun and Moon and then Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I mean, quintessentially, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon could have been like a freaking downloadable content thing that you could have gotten from the original Sun and Moon, you know, where you got all the Necrozma stuff, got a subsidiary storyline and stuff, and even little bits of, even thinking way back when, you know, like for Pokemon Gold, Silver, you got Crystal. For like Diamond and Pearl, you got Platinum. God, for Ruby and Sapphire, you got Emerald. It's like, those third games were initially, you know, Game Freak's little routine where they would get you to buy the same game again, and then it's like it would have some bits of difference from them. For Crystal, it's like, oh, the whole element with Suicune, you know, you got to go through this whole game again with Suicune, and, you know, it's just basically the same version of the game with like different sprites, animated sprites. I mean, Crystal had the whole thing in Japan where you can actually play against people online, which that was in and of itself was a niche back then. But here's the thing, though. The difference between back then and now, it's like now it feels like Game Freak is in the modern times of what the AAA gaming industry does do, even though for better or for worse. But the thing I like about this reveal is the quality of content that looks like it's coming along the way. June 2020, you're getting some like this whole armor expansion pack where it's just basically you inside like a dojo thing getting trained by like the champions like Master and stuff. But yeah, you got these legendary Pokemon, right, that look pretty fucking cool, you know. And this Pokemon's name kind of like made me laugh out loud as soon as I heard it, like Bearfu, this legendary Pokemon, right, that you basically is given to you and you get the chance to evolve it into like one of like two. Well, you had the chance to evolve into a Pokemon, right, but you have two stances in order to either evolve it into. One of them's like a fighting dark type and the other one's like a fighting water type, you know. One's like a one-strike style, the other's like a rapid-fire style. But it looks so clean in terms of its design. It also looks pretty cool in terms of the elements, the whole aspect of the exploration around that kind of like a beach-like area. And then later on this year, it's like you get this sort of like exploration thing, like this big old like icy snow, this and that, and its own separate legendary stuff. And on top of that, I don't know if you've noticed a lot about it, Tyler, but it's like not only are people going to be getting like 200 plus of the older Pokemon back, but it's like there are so many different Galar variations now that are being revealed. Even of like something like the legendary birds, you know, like for cool. Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. Dude, Zapdos looks fucking cool because it looks like a freaking Fire Dark Roadrunner, dude. But the whole thing about the Galarian Articuno with like just firing things out of like fucking laser eyes or some shit. It's just crazy, and it's like Game Freak and everything else. It feels like at their most creative in terms of what they're experimenting for, because people fail to realize, it's like this is like one of the first times that I've actually seen that we've personally have actually seen Game Freak want to experiment at this type of level for like an expansion pass. I mean, I don't like the fact that there's separate expansion things, like one separate for sword and separate for shield. I mean, the price point, theoretically, if you just bought like one version of the game, which you and I clearly have, and I'm highly debating about like maybe not buying the second version after hearing this, because it's like, I'll have both of those expansions on this sword, that's like about a $60 investment, I've already paid about my $50, because I paid it for $10 less, unlike some other gamers that decided to do all sorts of various other stuff. But the thing about it is, I look at it this way: it's like it's content that I like. Unlike some other expansion passes for other games, I mean, hell, people buy what they like too. But $60, all in all, for all of that content and all that exploration and new stuff, man, I don't see that as a hard argument at all.
Yeah, it's only $30 though, for the both. For it's
well, the reason why I said $60 is because I'm thinking about buying both of those expansion things when they come out. So it's like it's $30 a piece, obviously.
Yeah,
so
okay.
It's like,
can you play the Shield expansion on Sword?
Oh man, I'm not too sure. Honestly,
I think you have to buy Shield to play the expansion for Shield.
Because I have to look into that.
Yeah, the only real difference I think is like you have like the rival's different, isn't it? And then there's a couple Pokemon variations.
No, in terms of that first expansion and stuff, the characters that appear as your rival throughout that thing, they're different in Sword and Shield. So those are two different characters, like aspiring gym leaders. One of them being the poison type girl, and the other one being that psychic type dude with the balls floating around his head.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my gosh! But man, I'm just so fucking excited just to get some more Sword and Shield stuff going, because it's like that's exactly what I want from a Pokemon game. I don't want to keep buying like pretty much the same version of the game, just like minimal updates the year after, like from Black and White to like Black 2 and White 2, or from Sun and Moon to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I like these expansion things, they're both roughly like around the same price as a regular $60 AAA game.
And it's actually like it's real new content instead of here's the same game with like a few hours of additional stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly the point.
That's cool. And like I'm actually like, seeing how far I get into if I stick with Shield, which I think I will more than because like I didn't really care for Pokemon. I got Pokemon Moon, didn't really care for that. I bought, what was the one they remade, the
Let's Go Pikachu?
No, the one that was on 3DS they remade after X and Y.
Oh, that was Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah, like I didn't get into those, so, but it's like I'm about the point I was in the other games, and I'm still intrigued with them, and I feel like I'm gonna keep playing through these games. So I was watching them, like I'm actually like intrigued by like this, and like the fact first time ever they're doing this. So I mean, my question is, do you think this will replace them making a new Pokemon game, like an actual Pokemon game this fall?
I actually 100% think it will. Because if you look at the time points of when they're releasing these expansions, they're putting all their work and effort into creating these expansion stuff the way they want to be. So it's like you have June of 2020 for the first expansion, and then part 2 of it is going to be releasing in the fall.
Probably November, you think?
Yeah, basically in that fall type of area. So this is going to replace an actual reiteration of, say, like a major line Pokemon game, it seems like, for the year, which I would be 100% behind, It's like, I don't want to play, like a new Pokemon game, like, say, every freaking year, I mean, I understand there were some people disappointed that we didn't hear anything about a Diamond or Pearl remake, but at the same time, I'm not ready to get rid of Sword and Shield yet.
Yeah, like that's cool. Like I like that too, because because they have a different director than working on this one on the expansions as they do the main games. Like the different director than who did Sword and Shield, who do all the big ones. So that tells me like they're probably working on the next big thing. So that gives them probably an extra year, you got to think, to work on the next Gen 9.
Easily.
Because a lot of people, and the rumor's been, not really a rumor, but everybody's been saying for like pretty much a year and a half now that the fall 2020 Pokemon game is going to be Pokemon Let's Go Gen 2, whether that's Togepi or Weedle or whatever.
I don't know about that, though, but I personally kind of feel that there are going to be remakes of Diamond and Pearl, considering that 2007, I want to say, when those games were released about over 10 years ago. Man, it's got to be either 2007 or 2008, man. It's like I want to drawing a blank.
I want to say 2007 because I remember I was working at Gamers, and I started working there in 06. I want to say it was
like about
2000.
Yeah, it's about 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember late April 2007 I was playing those games. I kind of feel like we're going to get a remastered things of Diamond and Pearl before we're going to go through and get something like another Let's Go thing. Because I kind of feel like that it would make the most sense if, say, Nintendo, if the rumors are true and they do release, like, say, a Pro model of the Switch that maybe front and center for the next year or something is going to be the remakes of Diamond and Pearl to try to get those guys back on board.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I'm just excited about that because, like, maybe we will finally get that big, huge Pokemon game that people were hoping Sword and Shield would be. Or, like, I think a lot of us are liking Sword and Shield, but it's like a lot of us were kind of wanting that Breath of the Wild Pokemon game. So maybe if they get that extra year to make the Pokemon game, maybe we'll get that next big thing for Pokemon. But Gables, I think we are going to end this mini hour-long episode.
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah, and finally jump into our Game of the Decade show. So thank you so much for listening. You guys know where to find us. We're Drunk Dash Nerds on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Spotify, all those places. So check us all those places. Give us a thumbs up, 5-star, like us, follow, subscribe, whatever you want, whatever you do in all those places. Please do all that. I was Tyler.
And I have been Colonel Gables, so until next time, everybody, I hope you have yourself a fun time. Hope you play a bunch of fun games, but most importantly of all, thank you for listening to another fun-filled episode of the Drunk Dash Nerds podcast.
Hey, Gables.
Yeah.
Too sweet.
Too sweet, man.
Bye, guys.
See ya.